Well, I haven't really gotten around to doing many of our regular videos, our old style videos like this, just discussion type things. I've been doing a lot of Flash game watches, and okay, before I say anything that I'm going to, I'd just like to thank every single person that got that a small talk at the back of Beyond video up to, it's at like 1,500 views right now. That is incredible, guys. I cannot thank you enough for the support that you've given us, even through just views, even through just watching the video. And we got 15 subscribers. I think that's a good number, honestly. I mean, maybe that sounds pathetic, but to me, it's great. And to whoever subscribed to us, I strongly thank you for your semi sort of support there. But today, I'd like to go over some thoughts I had on Bioshock Infinite because by the odds of it, I actually have the game, and I have almost beaten it. Almost. Well, but what I can tell you is that the hype is absolutely right. Bioshock Infinite has to be one of the most incredible games I have ever played in a very long time. Why? Well, first of all, it gets something way right that Bioshock 2 kind of didn't and Bioshock 1 kind of was at, and that's character development because our main character, Booker DeWitt, is actually a very relatable and very well developed character as the story progresses, and he's a very interesting guy. I mean, sure, he's kind of cliched, he's kind of like your rough and tough badass or whatever you want to call him, but he's an interesting guy, and then you got the girl that everybody knows, and her name is Elizabeth, and she's kind of like your typical sidekick character, like rebellious and whatnot. Kind of annoying sometimes, but overall helpful. Overall helpful. But the main thing I like about it is the story and the world and the environment. You guys saw it, right? Like the environment is this world in the clouds almost, and it's controlled by this religious freak, pretty much. He's like considers himself a messiah, and he started the city, and people kind of praise him. And it's a very, 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 very pretty, very well done environment. It feels authentic. It feels great. It feels a lot better than what Rapture felt like in Bioshock, and I actually really like Bioshock, the original, and Bioshock 2 is okay, but this just outdoes it by a long shot to me. The gameplay elements are still there from the other Bioshock, so you're still gonna have lots of fun. Um, there's some interesting enemies. I mean, they're not carried over from Bioshock. Obviously, they're different ones, such as like the robot Abraham or George Washington. I almost mixed him up with Abraham Lincoln, but there's like this giant robot George Washington who has a freaking chain gun and he shoots it at you. Ugh, it's amazing. But I don't know. I don't want to give too much away because this is just the thoughts video and I haven't beaten it all yet, but I did spoil it for myself. The ending is kind of weird sounding. Um, I haven't seen it for myself yet. I've read it, but just because I'm a spoiler, and I can't play the game for a little while for reasons reasons. But it's actually a very, very well done game, though, and I'd highly recommend it. This is just, I mean, through all the games that have come out this year, I'd have to say this would be the one most worth your time and most worth your money. It took about 9 hours, 10 hours to get to the point where I'm at, so I'd say roughly it takes about 11 or 12 hours to beat, which is good, depending on the difficulty you're on. And then for harder gamers, like hardcore gamers, they have something called a 1999 mode that you can unlock, and it's called 1999 mode. I don't know why specifically, but it's like a really, really hard version of the game that is utterly and closely impossible almost. Because the normal mode of the game is kind of challenging already. The hard mode is pretty hard, but the 1999 mode is apparently just grueling. So either way, you'll get a lot of replayability out of this. You'll like the characters a lot. I mean, even some of the side characters are very, very good. You love the environments that they give you, and mostly you just love the game. I'd recommend getting it at any price, really, because it's going to be worth your money for whatever you're going to get for it. It's a great game. and I wouldn't be surprised to see it on the top of a Game of the Year list this year for any magazine.